All right, hey, welcome back. This week we're covering Backlash 2024, and we're going to be going over all these QR codes that have been happening with Bo Dallas,
Hmm.
and we'll go back a little bit, show the ones that popped up, and talk about the most recent one at Backlash that happened, um, teasing who is coming and all the members that are going to be in, and then there was breaking news today where they have released the names of the members that are going to be actually in the new version of the Wyatt family, and that's what we'll be covering today on the podcast. So, do you want to just jump into the backlash coverage right now?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Um, there was only 5 total matches. 3 of them, honestly, were the only ones that were the most entertaining thing. The main thing we could say about the show was the fans. It was held in France this year. So the fans this year were insane. The crowd was loud, very loud. There was people were wearing Apple Watches, and the crowd was so loud that it was going off, warning that the sound was too loud, where in the
They
area
could
they
go
were in.
deaf.
Yeah,
It was so dangerous.
so that was a big one. Like,
And Paula Beck said that when they were in Gorilla, not only was the building shaking, like physically
they couldn't
shaking,
hear.
they couldn't hear
Yeah,
each
so they
other
couldn't
talk.
hear nothing in Gorilla. They were having to yell, and they still couldn't
Still couldn't
hear.
hear. So they ended up texting what they were trying to say to each other because they couldn't hear.
And I believe this was the first event they held in France,
Yeah.
either ever
Ever.
or yeah. So it was the first one ever. So they were hyped. They were singing in the matches, like the fans were singing during the matches. They were cheering, booing. It was
The poor cameraman.
yeah. The
couldn't
camera
get
was
camera
shaking in the main event when there was AJ Styles versus Cody Rhodes. So the camera was shaking. But yeah, it was overall it was a good show. The main 3 we're going to cover is Jay Uso versus Damian Priest, Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles, and what was the third one that I said was good? Was it the KO and versus the New Bloodline, which we got?
Randy Orton.
Yeah, Randy Orton. We got a new member added to this New Bloodline, so that's like a very interesting thing. And we're also joined by our producer Ken, who's going to jump in with us a little bit and talk about some of the stuff and what he thought about the show. So, you want to start on the first? We'll just go to the
We'll just
KO.
go to KO and Randy
Yeah,
Orton
KO and Randy.
then the Bloodline.
Were you able to watch the KO and Randy match?
I missed that one.
Yeah, that one was very good. They introduced a new Bloodline member. It started out just where it was a regular match, and just to start out, when KO came out, he was probably standing in the aisleway for at least 10 minutes because the fans were we're going insane, like, literally insane. So the crowd was loud, and then he was waiting for Randy to come out, and Randy eventually came out, and they were singing his song. Like,
and I've never heard that.
Nobody's ever, they were singing his song all the way through too. It wasn't just a little bit of it. They were singing his whole song, like, and I think he was taken back by it because nobody's ever sang his music. So that was pretty awesome. This crowd was insane. You got to go back and watch this match because the crowd was insane. But Bloodline came out, they booed them bad. It started off as a regular match, and then it was crazy. It didn't even get started. They just all started brawling, and they turned it into a street fight. So they were fighting everywhere. They were fighting in the crowd. They were all over the arena.
Yeah, they did really good.
Yeah, what was your thoughts on the match?
I liked it.
Yeah.
I like when they go hardcore kind of that way.
Yeah.
Where they're fighting everywhere. It's more entertaining because it's not just in the ring. You get a whole lot of the chairs and the tables and
there was a lot of tables. There was a lot of chairs. They were doing a lot of headshots with the trash cans.
Mm-hmm.
Randy went out for a while. Like, I thought he actually hurt his back.
Yeah.
But yeah, he went out.
Taking a breather. Yeah. That's what he was doing.
A lot of the tables were smashed, and I don't remember the guy's name. What is it? It was the new Bloodline member is Haku's other son. So it's Hanka Lau. I can't pronounce his name for nothing, but it's Haku's son. If you know Haku, he was with WCW at the time. He was with WWF. One of his sons is already there with the Bloodline. So
and it's the new Bloodline.
Yeah, this is the new Bloodline.
Traditional Bloodline.
They haven't came out and said that Solo Sikoa was the new tribal chief, but he's taking that
He's
role
taking that
on.
role. He doesn't
And
want nothing with Roman.
another thing I forgot to mention is as soon as the bloodline was coming out, during their entrance, they're yelling they want Roman.
Yeah.
They want Roman.
And
So
during the press conference, well, actually the day before they were doing the whole thing, and when Cody was out there, they were screaming for Roman too. So
yeah, so
it's gonna be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, Roman's over right now, which is shocking as a face.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what they're going to push to. But KO and Randy ended up losing because of the interference from the new member of the bloodline.
And poor Paul Heyman.
Yeah, Paul Heyman is just scared.
Yeah,
they got him being scared of the bloodline, being scared of Solo. So
anytime he says to call Roman,
yeah,
Solo's like, nope, we're not calling Roman.
So he hasn't officially came out and claimed himself to be the new tribal chief. I don't know if he's fully going to be the new tribal chief. I don't know if it's going to be revealed that maybe The Rock is taking the role as the tribal chief, or is he just calling the shots of the new group? I don't know how they're going to play it because Solo hasn't said, so we don't know.
No, he hasn't. Said.
Everybody else
is saying,
a little leak the tribal
here or there on where they're going with it.
Yeah,
but it's going to be closer to SummerSlam.
Yeah, so it's going to be wild. And I know people were upset because they thought Jacob Fatu was supposed to be coming out, which is the younger brother of Solo and the Usos. I think he still will join.
He's still in the training facility.
So I think eventually he will join, but it might be a little bit, or he could possibly join Roman's side instead of coming with this bloodline.
We'll just have to see.
Yeah. So that match was very good. Crowd was what made the show so good is the fans. We're gonna keep on hyping up the crowd because the crowd was insane.
It was one of those things where he and I both were like, we're jealous. We wish we were there.
I wish I was there.
It makes the US crowds seem weak.
Yeah.
Compared to France.
Yeah, they were insane. They made the match feel so much more than it was. It really, because at first you're thinking it's just Backlash, but they made it almost feel like a WrestleMania because they were so loud. But I enjoyed this match. I'm interested in the new Bloodline story, so I'm ready to see where that'll go from where it is right now. So the next match was Damian Priest versus Jey Uso.
And let's talk about Jay's entrance.
Yeah, Jey Uso's entrance was insane. The fans again taking over the show. Everybody
and they hyped up Jey. Yeah, he was really hyped up for that.
So much. They were all doing the yeets every time he did anything. Dancing. They started singing their own Fritz songs.
And at one point, we couldn't find Jey in the crowd because the fans were just taking over it.
Didn't he? He came out of the crowd at first.
He did. And you couldn't see him for a long time until he got closer to the floor because he disappeared in the sea of people.
Yeah, he was swarmed. It was amazing. That was another entrance. Like I don't know if they predicted that it was going to happen like this because they were giving everybody the long entrances where they just were standing
that
there.
Wasn't planned at all. They just kind of went with what the wrestler was doing in the ring, and the wrestler was going off what the fans were doing. So they were just giving them extra time for the fans to kind of calm down a little bit to let the next person come in. But the fans pretty much took over the whole show. Yeah.
So it was crazy. I liked the match. I was hoping Jey would win. But
kind of knew he wouldn't.
The storyline plays out right. Like Damian's trying to break away from. They're eventually going to break him away from the Judgment Day fully. So
he's getting aggravated.
Yeah, JD McDonough came out.
And Finn Balor
came out. They both interfered. Jey eventually he didn't lose bad, so it don't look bad on him.
But Damian did kind of protect Jey toward the end as he was leaving from him. He was like, "Leave him alone."
Yeah, they after Damian had won. Finn Balor and JD McDonough just started jumping him, and Damian pushed him off and was telling him to stop. And this is the first time I've seen Damian really take control of the Judgment Day and make it like he was the leader. Because he grabbed Finn by the throat and was like, "Stop! We're not doing this. This is not how we do things."
He wants to actually.
And he told him. It was funny because he's like, "You stand there. You stand there, right beside him," and that was it. So he put him in their place, and I'm excited to see what happens.
Ken, did you get to see that one?
No.
No,
Oh, no.
yeah,
I missed
you
that
gotta
one.
go back and watch these. They're good.
Yeah.
They're really
You're gonna be shocked by the crowd. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
that's the thing you're gonna take away from it. But yeah, I'm excited to see Damian Priest probably break away. He needs to break away, especially being a champion,
he can go
or
on his
take
own.
more control, like of the Judgment Day. I don't know if they're
And
gonna.
I'm not bashing Ripley at all, but it's
Yeah.
nice to see
Oh, man.
Damien actually take his position.
Yeah.
And forgive my language on it, but almost take his balls back
Yeah.
because she dominated the whole thing, and now he's kind of taking
Well,
over.
I was telling you the other day, I just felt kind of like his. I know it's early on in his reign,
Mhm.
but it just didn't feel strong enough. I think this made him a little bit stronger,
It did.
showing like he's just not a guy in the crowd. He's
No.
going to stand out. Like he doesn't need nobody else to do this. That was the main thing about it, is he didn't want help from them. He told
wants
him,
to
I didn't
wrestle on
want to
his own.
help. I wanted to do it on my own. That was his thing. And I know Monday he's probably going to say something
else, yeah.
because he wanted to win on his own. He don't want to be a
And
champion
he
that has to
can
cheat.
actually win on his own. I think it's one of those he didn't want to be like Roman was when Roman was champion. It makes you look weak when somebody has to
interfere. I think he is
interfere.
going to turn face, and I think the rest of Judgment Day is either going to turn heel completely on him, or they're just going to split him up, because I don't really know what's going on with Dominic. I don't know if he's going to join
He's
the
actually
Luchadors.
injured right now.
Yeah, I mean,
I think they're going to just have him wrestle on his own because Dominic by himself can do good. I mean,
I don't think JD McDonough can be on his own at all. He's going to
keep him with Finn Balor. I think
he's going to have to stay with him.
Yeah,
but that was another good match. I wish Jay would win. Jay is up there. Jay will win one day.
Yeah,
I think
he
deserves to be a champion, world champion one day. I can see it in the future happening. So that one was a very good match. There was a couple women's match. Right after this one was actually when we got our first QR code. We'll go more into all the QR codes at the end, but this one was the phone number. I've shared it on our YouTube.
And
it was a phone number you called as well. Yeah, we shared it on our Facebook and our YouTube. It was a Facebook or a number you called, and then a voice message when you went to the website. And I can't remember exactly what it was talking about. My brain is dead. But it sounded like Alexa Bliss in the voice.
It did. It almost had her cackle.
Yeah. Because she started laughing. She was just basically talking about you think you know what you're looking for, but do you actually really know what you're looking for?
And then at the end of it, it says the hiding's over, which is very interesting because I'm like, okay, let's go.
Yeah, it said he never wanted to be hurt nobody. His arms are open.
He wants to help.
And
then if you call the number, there's another message.
Yeah, this one sounded like it was in French, and this one they're playing off Bible verses. I don't know if you've seen that, Ken. They're really playing off the Bible a lot.
Mm-hmm.
This one was about, have you heard the story about the shepherd that lost his one sheep and had 99
left.
The
99.
So they're really playing off of the religious stuff. And it was talking about he went out everywhere to find that one sheep and brought it back. And they were talking about like we're a family now. It was hard to hear the voice.
Beautiful to see.
Yeah, it was like we can't wait till you see it. It's so beautiful. And we're a family now. We will do anything to protect our family. He'll do anything to protect our family.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Bo Dallas essentially, but I wanted to see something last night, but I think they're saving it up. A lot of other people have pulled other stuff from those.
Yeah.
I think the URL code it says the door is open. There was something in the number when you highlight it, there was a message in between the numbers that said you did this. So I don't know what they're talking about when it comes to that.
It could be really anything at this point.
So it was really cool to see that. I'm enjoying the QR codes. Aubrey's our daughter is really getting into it too. So
yeah, she
it's
actually
really excited her about that. So that was really cool to see. And then we had a couple female matches. We didn't pay attention to the female matches. I didn't really think much of them. The main matches were those three. Like Cody Rhodes was the last one we've seen, and
let's talk about that one.
This was an insane one. AJ Styles, man, he's supposed to be a heel, right?
And he was
trying not to laugh or not to smile because
they were going with
they were cheering him. They were cheering AJ Styles. they started singing some French song. I don't know what the heck they were singing.
Well, Paul
in French.
Levesque asked, and he was like, "I'm not going to ask again because it sounds cooler when you don't know."
Yeah, it was
But it
something
said
about
something.
simple
It
too,
said
or
1, 2,
something.
3, simple.
Yeah.
It's simple, and he was like, "Okay, I'm not asking again."
Yeah,
What that
because they
means.
just kept on singing it over and over.
But
But
then when Cody came out,
oh yeah, they sang
they
his
sang
whole
the whole
freaking
time,
song.
and then the music stops. They turned the music
Yeah.
off for the match to actually begin, so that she can actually
Yeah.
introduce them, and the crowd continues to sing his song fully until it's over.
Yeah, and yeah, they sung the whole song, and I don't think he's ever seen that. I've never seen that before.
No,
And just when they did the announcements, they were repeating everything Samantha was saying. They were saying exactly what she was saying.
and again today she got on her social media and said her ears were ringing so bad, and she would never forget.
Well, I was making a
that
comment.
night.
I don't know how she was doing it with
Them doing it
them
with
making
her.
that so much noise and doing it with her. And then when they got to AJ Styles, I don't know what they were just saying the French, but they started saying his name, and he's standing there, and you see the camera shaking. The camera starts shaking
It's
because they're
vibrating.
jumping up and down, kid. They're jumping up in the arena, jumping up and down. The whole camera is shaking.
Yeah,
The ring
I
is
felt
shaking.
bad for the cameraman because he
And-
couldn't hold that camera still.
Yeah, and then freaking AJ Styles standing there. You see him try not
He's
to just
trying not
smile
to
with his.
break.
I don't know if he's seen anything
I got to
like
give
that
it
ever.
to him. No,
Because he was
What?
like so smirking. He was really smirking almost.
he was
Because
just trying
it
not
was
to
just
break.
insane. The whole ring. They got his face on camera and it's just bouncing. The
Bouncing.
camera's just bouncing.
And the ring was actually
Yeah,
shaking.
the ring was shaking. They did it multiple times through the match where they were making the ring shake when they're just standing there or they're just laying there. This one was very good. This one was a lot slower. So this reminded you're gonna love this match again. Because it reminded you of that technical old school wrestling. They were just going back and forth. The story of the match was Cody's arm. They said he had hurt his shoulder earlier this week, and AJ Styles was playing on that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was very good match. They were going back and forth. Cody eventually came out on top, but
He did. But I got to give it to both of them. AJ Styles was really good.
Yeah. And he put his all into this match. You can see he put
you were able to see all of
match.
his skills.
This one really, because we know he's getting ready to retire, and I think he did good. I don't think this is his last match, but I think he's winding down a lot.
And Cody did say something about he'd like to wrestle him again. He really enjoyed wrestling AJ. And
Well, he
AJ's
said
a very good
the
performer.
way AJ Styles put himself out there and gave him a good match because it was a very good match. And they were really hitting each other when at the press conference. Cody Rhodes had a red spot under his eye where AJ really hit him.
Turned black, and then on his forehead, he had a huge bump knot where they were actually slugging each other.
The hell out of each other. This one was a very good match. The whole pay-per-view in a whole, just because the crowd, I don't think it would have been as good if it wasn't for that, because it made the wrestlers want to work harder and give them a good show. And the press conference also, they did talk about trying to come back and maybe go to Italy this time.
I know there's a facility right actually beside that
the
one.
Football stadium.
It's full 66,000, and they're considering bringing a bigger show there next time they come around. So, which I think would be more interesting, because if you think about the sound inside of that building only being 11,000, imagine 66,000.
Well, I'm wondering if I don't know, because I know they were talking. I know you said something about it. The football stadium they're going to use might actually be an open top.
It is an open top stadium.
That might actually be better.
It might help the sound.
For sound, yeah.
They might get a fine for the sound ordinance being so loud.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I think they actually said people outside the arena were even like.
He said that before the doors opened, the crowd was so hyped that he was like, "They're going to run out of energy by the time the show starts," because they were being so loud, and
it was.
You could hear them outside. He said that the building itself was actually vibrating.
It was insane seeing the camera move and
the ring shake. I've never seen the actual crowd make the ring physically shake. Before.
It was insane. That was the Backlash part of it. I wanted to just go over a little bit of it because I'm so hyped for this return of the new Wyatt family. It was confirmed that which everybody knew was Bo Dallas, but like there's parts where I didn't know at the very beginning, so I got some stuff I'm gonna share. Let me see.
And I think all of our family's excited for this one. Our oldest daughter's really pumped for it. She comes in every time. She's like, has the QR code came up yet? And we're like, hold on. And so she actually watches wrestling again with us just because she wants to see what the QR code is. And she actually sits with Corey to decipher what's happening in the QR code. So it's really nice to see.
What's the whole interactive part of it?
Oh yeah. So yeah. Oh yeah, it's awesome, man. And this was the first one. This one was, I think, at the very beginning of this April.
It was right after Mania.
Yeah, we didn't even know. We were like, there was glitch.
I had actually told him, I said, oh, somebody's going to be in trouble.
Yeah, because I was like, I thought it was the weather. I was like, is the weather messing up the TV? I was like, man, what the heck?
It was funny.
And I didn't find out till later. I was just looking through the news and stuff, and somebody was like, did y'all see the hello? Did y'all see the hello? It was during the Bronson Reed thing. So I went back, and
we
I don't know if y'all can see it in here. It's right in the corner. It just said hello. That was the thing.
Yeah.
Nobody knew what it was. Like,
it just looks like it glitches like it would if the weather was bad or if they're messing up like a camera issue.
So yeah, this was a big one, man, because it was pretty cool. I was shocked. I was like, oh my gosh. Because as we know, Uncle Howdy was teased at the end of the Bray Immortal. Yeah, making going immortal. That was the first one. And then it just kept on going on, kept on having stuff. Let me see if I get to the second one. This was the second one. This was actually the same night, I believe.
It was.
This was right after, like, somebody was supposedly hacking.
It was right after Raw went off the air. Somebody hacked their.
Yeah, and they started just hello. This is all you got right here. It was deleted by WWE. They actually deleted after. Yeah. But that was the same night as that one. So let me see then more. We'll go.
And I love the fact that they don't mention it when it happens on camera. They don't mention it all. So the fans actually have to participate and interact with it, which is nice. We don't get a lot of that.
And this one was April 12th. This was on SmackDown during the match. This one was a smaller one. We didn't catch this. We didn't watch this match. But as you see up in the corner, it popped up again. And this whole campaign is about you forget. They're talking about the group. You forgot about us. So that's what they keep on saying is you forgot. Like there's videos that'll come out later. We didn't get the videos, but it's always saying you forgot about us. Why'd you forget? Why'd you forget? There was a whole questionnaire that you had to do.
It was last week.
Yeah. Where what was I think it was a couple weeks ago, but you did a whole questionnaire where it's like you forgot. Why'd you forget? We're gonna make you remember. Questions. Yeah. It was a yes or no question. So.
And each one had a different video or picture with it, which is nice.
Yeah. And this again was the same thing. I think it was 2 days after, or no, this was April 14th, 2024.
Yeah.
So this was the same one right here.
And they deleted it again.
You forgot us. Yeah. So it's just keep on trying to get you there. And like I like all this stuff where it goes into it and doing all the cryptic tweets and cryptic videos. We on April 15th, this was a QR code. You didn't want us. So who's it talking about? That's what we're trying to figure out, which we know it was released today, who the group was, but like.
And that kind of sucks for them to
I wish they
didn't expose it.
My thing is, I don't know if I'm going to believe it because it was done by PW Insider, which is a good one to follow and listen to, but like.
They're forgetting one of the main ones that they just have
and which I'm hoping it's not doing it. But a lot of these QR codes too, like a lot of the URLs will mean something, but it's just saying you didn't want us. There was another one. And this one was a little bit harder. I just let somebody do it and find it. But if you put the images over each other, like two images, one at the top right here and then the one at the bottom, if you put them over each other, it would actually give you the URL and take you to another video. And it was saying you didn't want us. Again. And I got all this from Reddit. So like the guys at Reddit that did this, thank you for figuring this out. But a lot of Latin, they're playing off of Latin terms.
And a lot of Christianity.
Yeah, Christianity, they're going off a lot of that. And it took you to this website. And this is the image you see. We didn't know what the heck this meant. So like all these other internet sleuths that are really good at their job by investigating this stuff. This is supposed to be Pluto. That's another big part that was playing into it, was the planet Pluto. You keep on seeing the symbol for the planet Pluto. And I looked it up, and the symbol, I believe it means rebirth, like the
like
rebirth.
resurrecting.
Resurrecting, rebirth, um, like a renewal. So that plays into the Wyatt family being rebirthed into this new faction, this new thing of it. And this was the video. Like once you got a video on that one, and it did a VHS recording, and it said, "Time to wake up. Take my hand. Things will get be better. Trust me." And this is what you're getting. It just keeps on ginning in. Like it'll clip out and like a videotape messing up. It would pop in like this. Yeah, if you haven't seen the videos, you got to watch the videos because it's really creepy. That's the thing about this one to me is, and we kind of know that this is coming from Bray's journals. A lot of this stuff is coming from Bray, what he's already written, what he had planned. So they're pulling from a lot of his mind. You got to give it to
Polovec for trying to honor Bray by doing it through his journals.
Yeah.
And using his actual ideas to move forward, which is nice.
Yeah, so and the code for the image was patience, it's almost time. So they just keep on getting more and more. We've seen this one. This was another image that was with it. This was another image if you got to scan the QR code. I don't know what this means. Like we tried and tried. Like people have figured it out. There was a story that was about some men back. Like there's a story about people that were locked in a cave and they wanted to see the real world. One of them escaped, and this is what they were seeing in the cave. They were seeing shadows of the creatures. And they believe those were what the creatures really look like. So they escape the cave, one of them does, and he sees the real creature and he goes back down and he's like, what we've seen is not the real thing. That like that's not, you gotta wake up, you gotta, like what we're seeing is not real. So that's kind of playing into it. Oh yeah, I was trying to figure this one out forever. This was glitches in the video. But
this one drove him and Aubrey nuts.
I couldn't figure it out.
They spent hours trying to decipher this one.
But those are some of the stuff we got. Let me get out here. Let's see. I'll come back.
Ken, what do you think of it all?
Yeah. And if you get a chance, Ken, watch the videos because they're really good.
I have caught a few of them, and they're definitely interesting. It's very, very cryptic. You can definitely see how Bray is trying to convey a story, even though he's passed on. And like I said, I'm glad they're allowing him to use his stuff because he was a genius.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's some of the videos, if you haven't seen them, I know there's one. It started out where it was somebody going up to a house, dropping a letter off that said, "Remember who you are."
And if you look at the shadow on the wall,
it looks like Uncle Howdy's looking like Uncle Howdy's hat. And some of the glitches, I didn't see it until I went back and actually watched older Uncle Howdy videos. One of the videos they show a ring of barbed wire that goes on your head, and that's what Uncle Howdy used on his wore on his hat. So I didn't.
Yeah, it was the trim around the base of the hat.
I didn't realize that. And then one of the old videos they used for the first time Bray was coming back was a fly in the video, and it was in one of these newer videos. And I'm like, oh crap, that's stuff they used in the Bray Wyatt return.
The White Rabbit.
And with the White Rabbit. And the videos are getting way more creepier. Like I think I sent it to you, or I should put it in the Facebook group. The woman in the white dress that's in one of the videos that looks like a wedding dress. We believe that to be Sister Abigail. To me, it looks more like Alexa Bliss. I don't think it would be
supposed to be
who they're saying. No. Which we'll go over the members at the end.
I'm not bashing her, but I really hope it's not, because to me it wouldn't make sense. It makes more sense for it to be Alexa Bliss being Sister Abigail.
But then we seen a video, because I didn't recognize it until the next day, but like there's a video of somebody going up on a porch, and then they pan up, and I didn't see it. There's a lantern. I didn't realize it at the time, but there's a lantern that looks just like Bray's
the one
lantern.
That was Bray's. And it's like I told you, I would like for them to see them carry a
Oh, yeah.
lantern, just because it would almost be like the Undertaker with the
Yeah,
urn
that's
with
what we
Paul
talked
Bearer.
about,
It
yeah.
would be a good way to continue on, like almost like Bray's with them
Yeah.
continuously.
Like more like how the Undertaker had the urn to give him power. It would be awesome to see the lantern be like almost giving them the power
Of
that
Bray.
Bray had. Yeah, the power that he had to it. That'd be cool to see. But you see the video go up to the porch, they open the door, and then you get a bunch of quick cuts, and then it says you open the door. All these videos are insane, and if you haven't seen them, you've got to see them. I know you have, because people are going crazy. This is probably the next hottest thing besides the bloodline. So people are
Actually,
going
I think
crazy
this
for
is
this.
above
Oh
the
yeah,
bloodline right now. To be
well,
honest
people are
with you.
so excited to see, and they want to see a return. This last one we had though is just that audio recording. Everybody was expecting them to
phone
come back.
numbers.
Yeah, with the phone numbers.
It says that they're not going to be hidden. So for me,
Yeah,
that
it
says
says the
okay.
secret. Yeah, the secrets. It's time to end the secrets. The secrets are out there, or they're not. Stop hiding the secrets. So hopefully, I'm hoping they come back tomorrow night on Monday.
But we've seen posts that say
Yeah.
it'll be at the King and Queen of the Ring.
Yeah, they said somebody. I don't know how to do this. You might. People are going in and actually breaking down the code of the websites, and it has messages in the code of the website. I don't know how to decode websites.
No.
You know, that's
No.
too much of me. But there's codes in the website. Somebody, I seen this post earlier. There was a user on Twitter that had somehow knew about the number to call. So they actually put his name in the code and said very clever so and so. I can't remember the guy's name, sorry. But it was the user's name, and they put very clever because he was the only one to figure out they're going to use the number again, and somehow he figured it out before the number was put out. So they're putting messages in the code.
And the number was used also with Bray.
Yeah,
Same number.
that. They used the number for Bray
During the White Rabbit
during the White Rabbit campaign, and that was when it was a message. It was a call with his doctor, and he was describing how Bray was having psychosis and very insane. So it was pretty cool. Yeah, that was really cool to see. And the breaking news that I seen it today is they supposedly have leaked the new Wyatt family.
Yeah. And to me, this would suck for them to leak it. I think it would be one thing to just make people wait. I think it's more exciting.
I'm really hoping it's just people throwing out names.
Guessing.
Because the original lineup that we thought were going to happen was Eric Rowan, Bo Dallas, Alexa Bliss, and Braun Strowman. That's originally who we thought it was going to be. But apparently, I don't know if they're going to use Braun Strowman because they
brought him out there just
I don't know
randomness Monday. But I mean, you know how it says like you forgot who, and it says almost who you are.
Yeah, it says remember who you are. So I'm hoping they use him. But
but they could be pointing that at Alexa Bliss too.
Yeah.
So we don't know.
But the rumored names are Dexter Lumis. I don't know if you know Dexter Lumis, Ken. He was around for a little bit. He was during the Miz. He had something going on with the Miz I think it was a year or two ago that he had something and he just disappeared. So Dexter Lumis is one. This guy named Joe Gacy. He's with NXT right now. He was out with a concussion, but he kind of did the same thing Bray did. He ran a group called Schism. He was with a group with Schism down in NXT. They said that's going to be one of the members. Nikki Cross is one, which I thought that would be fine for the original lineup if they put her in Alexa Bliss. Because they could use a tag team of women. Because Nikki Cross isn't bad, but for you to leave out Alexa Bliss
doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
The story.
What is she going to do? She wants to come back, and you're just going to ignore her?
picked her to be Sister Abigail. So to leave her out would be awful.
And then the last member was going to be Eric Rowan, which that makes sense. That's fine. And the other two guys, I don't mind Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis. I don't mind them. It's fine. It's cool to have a bunch of group of guys, but at least throw Alexa Bliss in there. I don't think it's going to work.
I mean, the only way that could work is, like I said, if she's the one they're trying to get to remember who she is.
Well, it's the Wyatt 6. I know Bray was supposed to be the 6th one. Sadly, he passed away. They could twist it where it is Alexa Bliss as the 6th member, and because they said that it sounded like she was doing the voice on
And
the
it
call.
does.
And it's talking about being a shepherd. What if she is the shepherd and this is kind of her flop because she was the last one to have the power close
Yeah, she
to
was.
Bray? I mean, there was Uncle Howdy, but she was
But
so
before
connected to
even Uncle
Bray.
Howdy, there was her.
And she had his powers pretty much.
Yeah.
And
she left.
Yeah,
She
left.
turned on him.
Yeah.
She turned on Bray.
And then Uncle Howdy was trying to tease her back. So you're just going to ignore that?
They were kind of harassing
Yeah.
her to get her back in. So that's why I said I thought it might be Alexa Bliss.
But PW Insiders are the first ones to report that. They're like good reporting some of their stuff. So I'm like, ugh. I'm kind of worried because if that's the list, I'm hoping they bring Alexa Bliss. Maybe they're just hiding it from us still. Maybe we don't know.
Maybe that's the only thing they can hide because whoever leaked it.
Yeah. That would just that's who they said they're going to go with. That's what they're planning on. And it's almost locked in. It's from what they were trying to say, it's almost locked in. So if you want to read it fully, you go look at PW Insider. They were the ones that first reported it. But I'm hoping that's not how it's going to end. I'm hoping Alexa Bliss has to be involved in somehow. It just don't make sense to have Uncle Howdy stalking her and then just her come back and just how's that going to work? It's like
it just doesn't.
Unless they're not bringing Alexa Bliss back at all, but I don't think that's even happened. I think they're going to bring her back.
What do you think, Ken?
Yeah.
Well, she's been off so long. It's hard because you want her to come back, but she was part of the original faction, and Bry used her so much. It would seem useless not to use her.
Yeah. It makes the most sense.
Yeah.
It just
and I know she's been cleared to wrestle because she had her baby and she took her break for a while, and she's been at the NXT building because she had to pass their test, and she did.
And another thing also too is this storyline, the QR codes and the teases, is it going to be really able to make it to King of the Ring if that's what they're saying? Because they're saying a date was in the code when somebody broke it down.
But it also doesn't make sense for the first audio that we had to say the hiding's over, because that's exactly what it says at the end of it. The hiding's over.
I don't know if they're
it makes no sense.
I don't know if they're going to bring the members in slowly each week until then. That would be okay.
Yeah.
And then have Bo come in after King of the Ring and actually try to win it.
Yeah.
That would make sense, but I'm hoping they're not, because it's going to look, the QR codes are fun and everything, but people lose interest fast. So if you don't get it out there, you're going to lose your time and it's just going to fall apart. So everything you built up is just going to fall apart. You don't want that. I think they should either bring out one member a week, which would work fine.
And do a creepy entrance so that's
part of them. And they can just say, he's coming. He's coming every week. They could be like, he's coming. Be prepared. He's coming. That would work fine. But for them to wait almost a full month until he shows up, I just don't see that working. How do you feel about that? Like them, if they waited a full month, Ken?
Yeah, I don't think that would work. It would diminish what's going on, and you'd lose steam real fast.
Yes. Yeah, because I mean, we've seen it before. Fans are picky. They want it now. They're impatient. They need it now. Like me, I'm like.
I mean, the little teases here and there with the QR codes, it's been fun, but it's like fun, before people start losing interest.
They almost did it with the Bray Wyatt thing, where they waited almost too long. That's why I'm hoping they learn. And this is Triple H. He's got to know, man. You can't. People are impatient. I get letting it build and stuff, but anything. This is going to be almost 2 months.
It was a month.
Yeah. Well, if they don't bring them back like soon, within this week or next week, like they're going to be in big trouble, because that's almost 2 months.
They might kill it.
Oh yeah, it'll kill it. Everybody's going to be bored and then not care.
Yeah.
So I think they need to bring it now. That's as far as we got on that. If we get any more updates, which there probably will be on the QR codes, we're probably going to see more. If we see anything on Monday night, we probably will cover it.
Fingers crossed they do something Monday, because I mean, I've already had people saying like, "Hey, like, we want to see what's happening. Do you know anything?" We're like, "No," and we're just like y'all.
We looked at the Monday night. I don't think it's going to be a bad show. I think it's going to be pretty decent.
It's supposed to be
starting to do the King of the Ring qualifying matches.
Yeah.
So that's what they're going to be building to. Hopefully, we get another Bray Wyatt or Bo Dallas tease or something. Something has to come.
Somebody show up.
Yeah, somebody has to show up. But that's where we're at right now. If y'all got any suggestions for videos, comments, want to talk about anything, just let us know. You can follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. We're on everything. We got a new podcast coming out next week. It's going to be the top 10 WWE superstars, wrestlers of all time. That's going to be a family podcast.
Yeah,
our daughter's going to be involved, so that's going to be a fun one. That was more of a jokey one.
It is kind of funny because our Autumn is just so shy.
So yeah, just stick around, grow with us. Well, we're doing pretty decent on YouTube. Yeah, just stick around. It was good talking to y'all. Thank you, Kim, for coming on and helping us with this, buddy. That's all we got this week. We'll see y'all next one.